Avon calling. I've already worked the doorbell. I worked the doorbell with my client's parents, and so we heard it. But it's a Sky Bell. It's smart, and I don't want to get everybody all worried while I'm out here working. This is the front door. I'm having trouble closing and locking this door. I can close it, I can lock it, but I'm having trouble. And we got loose screws in the plate here. I don't know if they're related to it. I don't know if I tighten it up, it'll make it worse. I'm not going to mess with it. Okay, I've got one at home that doesn't work right. So there's that. But here's the way when I'm shutting it. That locked it. Oh, and text message. Text. Voting. They want me to vote, man. If you give a politician $1, you're his friend for life. Okay. This is the thermostat right here. Now, I don't know if you can tell that the light is different coming through the windows. Maybe I sound a little tired. I know I did on the water heater video. That was the one before now. Actually, the appliances. But anyway, I don't film my videos in proper sequence. But this is the time when I like to say thank you, dear client, for your trust in your business. Those things mean the world to me. All right? They do. And me and my family. So I appreciate that. And then, so if you could find it in your heart to leave me a good Google review, that means a lot to a small businessman like myself. So my YouTube nation out there, there's a like button around here. Just stab that thing, or follow me. If you got YouTube insomnia, I've heard that my smooth FM radio night voice will lull you right to sleep. So you don't have to stay on YouTube all night. So some of these are different. Now, all home inspectors are required to render opinions about the foundation. And wait a minute, because I didn't have that one on my list. This is my method. Southwest bedroom door does not latch properly. Just because we're required to render opinions about the foundation does not mean that we're engineers. So even though I may use some engineering equipment, I do not calculate slope. I'm not an engineer. Some home inspectors try to do that. I couldn't defend it in court, so they say, what engineering school did you go to? How do you do all this slope measurement calculation stuff? And I said, I went to a little class, and that might work. But we're required to render opinions about the foundation. And two of the guidelines that I use, first of all, I'm going by do doors not latch. Okay? Doors not latching. Windows, most of our windows have been replaced, so I can't really speak to that. Doors not latching. Okay. Cracks. Well, all the paint is relatively fresh. So, I'm almost left just to measure the foundation. And by measuring it, I've got two blue-collar working schmuck guidelines. I'm not doing tolerances, but guidelines. One of them is no more than 1 inch of floor height elevation differential within 30 feet. And I am getting that. I'm getting an inch differential here. Not getting the highest, not getting the lowest. And no more than 2 inches of floor height elevation differential overall. So it busts 2 of the guidelines that I use, and then I've got a lot of cracks on the brick. What is the job for a foundation? Okay, it is supposed to support the structure, and this foundation is doing that. And are the occupants in any danger because of the foundation? And no. So the occupants are not in any danger, and it's supporting the infrastructure, the structure, supporting the whole thing. That light bulb was burned out. So I could say the foundation is fine, but I'm pretty sure that if a structural engineer came in, about half of them would tell you that you need foundation work. And you're going to feel it in here, man. I am just going downhill. Okay, this is where I'm seeing the most radical floor height elevation differential. This door, I don't remember. Yeah, he closed fine. See, he closed fine. So, yes, the foundation's working, but I have concerns about it. I'll come back and get that. I like to close up the house on video. Our windows have been replaced, double pane, vinyl frame. Did I really? Now these windows were not installed properly. These 3 windows right here. And this is a patio conversion. And this goes with the termite. I mean, I could have termites all underneath here. Nobody can find them. I'm not saying that you do. I'm just telling you that, we just built up this floor a little bit so that it would match. I get that. And by the way, when I'm measuring the foundation, I didn't even take this room into consideration because I know it's built up and all that. I just used the original structure. That's where I got my measurements. So I'm thinking that it would be prudent to get an engineer out here. I really do. And I'm really reluctant to do that. I hate to say that, but just all my spider senses, that's what they call them, tinglies, But I'm thinking that might be a good idea. If I was buying this house, and I've been all the way through it, and I got to tell you personally myself, I would get an engineer to look at it.